the time set by Svensson. Alexis Boeuf really has picked up his performance in the skiing part of his biathlon. The French team, they train so well together, they help each other. As he keeps on hitting these targets, lots of movement between each shot. Yes, the French team, they just had 10-day camps per month, training together, pushing each other together. And well, when you've got Martin Fourcade in your team, you've got a great athlete to chase or try and emulate. 14 seconds off the pace though for Alexis Boeuf. It's competitive, so much good shooting today as Tim Berg comes in to take set the early time, 26:02. With missing 2 targets, I think we can say for sure that time will be beaten by at least a minute. Well, it's good for Eric Lesser. I'm not sure that missing that 1 target will allow him to get on the podium again as he did 2 days ago. Carl-Johan Bergman, normally so concentrated, he's having a bit of a meltdown. Well, I cannot believe what's happened there. I can't understand how he's managed to miss all 5 in the stand, possibly putting himself under pressure. He was the winner here last year. Andreas Bernbacher taking almost a little stumble on the part of the track which is tricky, and of course the legs at this stage are at their most tired. 25:37 coming into the home straight. This is definitely going to be a new lead time, as Bjorn Dahlen is going to show us, I would imagine, how to shoot fast again once he builds his position. 13.7 in the lead for Bernbacher. Well, not quite comfortable. Bjorn Dahlen just he's pushed the pace on the track. Just not feeling comfortable. He's not wanting to throw anything away. He did come into the range ahead of Eric Lesser. Well, this is the strangest I've ever seen. 2 great names in biathlon, Carl-Johan Bergman and now Bjorn Dahlen, both missing 4, one after the other, out of 5 in the stand position. Simon Eder doesn't quite have the ski form at the moment, but he's gone into the lead. He's hit 10 out of 10. Garanashev, another of the Russians who certainly seem to have raised their game coming into this new season. Wonderful. He did put it together well last year, Garanashev, with a 2nd position, and that was in Antholz, the beautiful location of Antholz, and then a victory in the World Cup following, which was up in Oslo. Simon Eder, oh, just making it across the line ahead of Bernbacher. 3 seconds, well done the Austrian. And there's Landetinger, just beside him. Skiing so fast, Landetinger. But you cannot get away with missing 3 targets in the sprint race. So Eder leading, but only 7 athletes finished to this stage. Now, what can Pfeiffer show us? He's certainly showing us some great ski speed. Alongside him, and certainly has caught up Arndt Pfeiffer by some 10-12 seconds. It's Svensson, and you know, Pfeiffer was aware that Svensson was coming in. Svensson missing his 1st, he's got the 2nd, missing the 3rd, he's looked away, he's trying to rebuild his focus. I cannot believe this today on the range. The wind, the factors involved, we've got good daylight, the wind isn't horrendous from the left or from the right. just some nerves coming into this first sprint race of the season. Sednev into third place, he only missed one. Ustigov, it's great skiing, but not enough to take him through to first position at the moment. So 7 seconds behind the best time at the moment by Simon Eder. 15 seconds off the pace, and well, really by missing one shot, it gives you a disadvantage of 23 seconds. So Bjorn Ferry setting the pace on the track and hoping to pull a little more time off the lead in this last section of the course. As they go around the left turn here, there's a gradual climb before a very quick descent over 200-300 meters. So after the second shoot, it's Simon Eder with Eric Lesser in second place, and further down there's Landetinger, 3 penalties, almost a minute behind after the second shoot. Well, there's the win flags. We can see we've seen some big names really struggling in the stand shoot. Svensson had some difficulties. Bjorn Dahlen missing 4. What can Martin Fourcade show us? Is this wind that's a little changeable? It's from the right, then it's from the left. It certainly caught Martin Fourcade out in the prone position. He's missed another. Well, all change. Even the great Martin Fourcade, surely today he can't win, having missed 3 shots. Makovev. At the World Championships here back in 2008, Makovev showed the best of shooting displays. I think it was out of 40 shots fired, he hit all 40. Eric Lesser, inspired by his performance in the 20-kilometer, he came third for the first time in his career. And pushing so hard on the track, and just a small margin off the lead time. So Lesser only 4.1 seconds off Simon Eder's time. I think he might pull it back. Bjorn Ferry won't. Just going to be outside the time set by the Austrian. Well, he'll certainly be thinking, if only that shot had gone down in the stand, it would, I'm quite sure. It certainly would be a new lead time, but it's not. He missed 1 shot, so Bjorn Ferry, not the golden day for the Swedish team as they may have expected. Missing the first shot, that's put Malashko's chances down. Well, I think the intensity you now have to come into the range to be competitive in the sprint race. You have to push your safe limits, and I think that's what's really affecting, as well as this wind from the right and then switching from the left. It's really what's affecting the shooting, which is so strange today. Just try and get some confirmation after the stand shoots of the big names who've struggled today. Carl-Johan Bergman missed all 5. Vincent Gay has missed 4. Now, what can Alexis Boeuf show us? Getting as much breathing in the lower part of his lungs to keep the rifle steady. Good start. Boeuf has missed his 4th shot. He's got the 5th. Now, will that put him in line to threaten the lead time of Simon Eder? Look at the time from Florian Graf, even with just 1 penalty. And it is just 1 penalty. There is a chance he could take the lead time. Well, actually, he's got a little to go. He's way down the range to the far left. Has to exit the range then onto the penalty loop. Well, I thought Lesser at 4.1 seconds down with only 1.5 kilometers left. He's slowed down. A shake of the head, and he knows it. He knows he had to keep the pressure on. And I do wonder, and I do think he might well have fallen onto that left hip. You can see the mark. Shake of the head, real disappointment there for Erik Lesser. Buffet has just gone out, he's missed one, he's 10 seconds off the pace, having now exited the penalty loop. We have a new leader though, it's Florian Graf has just gone out, 0.3 of a second ahead of Simon Eder. And I think it's advantage Graf, because he's picked up one penalty. Simon Eder didn't have any penalties, so Graf certainly faster on the track. Look at this time from Arndt Pfeiffer. He's only 5.6 seconds behind, and remember, he's been around the penalty loop 2 times. So fast on the skiing part of his biathlon. 28, familiar technique and reaching stride of Svensson, but missing 3 shots. How does he do it? How can he ski this fast? He really is going to challenge for a win at the moment, having missed 3 targets. Well done to Emil Hegle Svensson. I'm quite sure he's going to pick that time back up. This is what I suspected. Erik Lesser falling onto his left hip, costing him the victory at this moment, and that's why the shake of the head. Now, can Garanyshev spoil the party? Well, Kjell Erik mentioning his name a few times, distracting him. Look at this time from Björn Dahlen. He's missed 4 targets. Believe it or not, he has really missed 4 in the stand position, but only 48 seconds behind. Certainly competitive on his skis, Björn Dahlen. Well, Garanyshev has missed 3. Garanyshev, a 2nd position, a 1st position last year. I thought Pfeiffer might pull this time back, but not yet. Surely he's going to pull 1 or 2 seconds further back of Eder's lead time. Eder must be in disbelief that a lot of the big names, well, Svensson, he can't discount Svensson. Now, Svensson was 5 seconds behind at 9.5 with only 500 to go. Has he got it down? He has, or has he? He has got it down. He's pulled back 2.5 seconds. Can he do the same over the next 500 meters to take the victory? Well, it's all about the skiing now for Pfeiffer. Missing 2, you have to punish yourself on the track. He's not going to take the victory. Simon Eder survives for a moment or 2 longer, with Svensson charging down into the flat part, into the finish line. Oh, here he is. He's just trying to get some breathing into his lungs, some recovery before the final attack. He had to go wide there. He had to take a long way around